Ravs.
Wait a minute. Does is your family the one who does the ravioli?
The noodle that we brag about, yes.
That is correct.
Okay,
that's
so you're all that we can talk about on the Cape for some reason.
Should I do a new game?
Congratulations.
I feel like a movie star.
Fucking every single time, it's like, oh yeah, we go to New York. It's like, oh, you've been to New York? I'm from New York. It's like, oh yeah, there's this fucking guy up in New York. He makes the pasta good. Oh, you talking about Bertucci's? We're like, yeah.
That's not Bertucci's. Shut the hell up. Okay.
Bertucci.
Or whatever the fucking family.
Where's my glasses?
I
can't moderate without my glasses.
I am Bertucci.
Berlusconi. Fucking the Borgattis.
There we go.
Bertucci's.
Yeah, well, man, I don't know. All I know is that fucking Tyler refuses to stop sucking your dick like
over
every
the pasta?
time he brings up New York.
Oh, well, I mean...
He's basically just fucking, like, hogging your glory.
My glory?
Or your family's inherited glory, I guess.
Right. Oh, this isn't
so,
really gonna
congratulations on having the best pastioli in the tri-state area.
It's the world.
Damn straight.
Thank you.
Also, you have a professional mic with a pop filter. Evan, what the fuck? Step your game up.
Borderless full screen mode for what, the game?
For the game.
I told you, I invested everything except for the desk.
Fuck the desk.
Yeah, snack tables are fine.
See if you can get to it in the settings.
Also, your cousin built his goddamn computer. What's your excuse?
I watched him build it too.
And you learned?
The answer is laziness.
God damn it. I told you, if you bought the shit, I'd put it together for you. That offer still stands. Just buy a new computer. A good one this time.
We couldn't gut this one?
I mean, I can gut it into the trash.
Is there literally nothing good with this computer?
Minecraft.
The power supply is pretty good.
It's got a 970.
Power supply?
The graphics card. Okay. Now is it gonna be agreeable?
I don't know.
Swole!
I don't know if I can control it right now.
Wait, actually though?
I'm on my way! Okay, Dylan, send me that video.
Oh no! Okay, hold on.
It's stuck in my head now until he does.
I'm on my way.
I've solved the problem.
Can't you just like unclick it so it automatically goes to whoever's talking?
Yeah.
Where'd they go?
It's a Cuisinart.
Jack Henry.
My muscles are so big.
This is gonna be a lot easier now.
My muscles are so big.
You're lying.
You're lying.
Damn straight.
Share the screen.
I don't know why I didn't do this before.
You're stupid.
I concur.
That's actually pretty genius.
Except now it's all super zoomed in. Why?
What do we got on this thing? A Cuisinart?
I do it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Make sure you're doing full resolution.
Am I doing full resolution?
I mean, in like XSplit.
I gotta keep it on somebody's screen who's on because if not, my page just turns to black.
Hold on.
This guy gets the things with the stuff that I said that one time.
I'm surrounded by assholes.
Do you want to see mine?
Let me see.
Yeah.
That's the one. Let's remove that.
I bleached it.
And let's go add. And then let's go screen capture. And let's go like that.
You okay?
You're a
Slowly
disaster.
slipping Souther and souther through New York.
Dude, this is just PC shit in general.
I take offense to that.
Is it? Is it?
Everything takes forever to start.
Oh, that's right,
and
the
then
Bronx
I never
is
have
in
to worry
the-
about it ever again.
A little
Is that how
tangly
this
bit.
works?
Sometimes.
It'll have to do.
I went to the Bronx once.
No, you
Did you like your
didn't.
stay?
Yeah, it was neat. And there was a lot of dudes with the funky coats and the curly hair.
Oh yeah.
Readjust the
that's-
stream.
Because our faces are...
Yeah.
Oh, it's
thanks.
totally in the middle, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a fucking disaster.
Who else might want to make that small?
much smaller.
There you go.
How come I wasn't invited to sit on the couch?
Covering up the young folks.
Because you're not here.
I live down the road from him.
the young folks.
I just like to say there's no hit-ups.
With a player can.
Because there's only 3 spots on the couch.
Dude,
There's space behind the couch.
Just saying, no hit-ups, no
a
hit-ups.
little bit.
Look at that picture of George Michael there. You can move that.
Up or down?
Move it up.
Up.
Because you have the young folks logo underneath.
Oh, that's supposed to layer over.
Oh. Okay, then never mind.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. See, we're good. Meanwhile, somebody's looking at this like, what is happening? You people are awful.
People watching this.
Anyway.
It's a legitimate concern.
Which part?
What the fuck are you people doing?
I wish I knew. This is terrible.
You're terrible.
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Alright.
Dylan, chop chop.
Huh?
Chop chop on what?
I need that video.
Yes, please play.
I'm not gonna send it to you.
Miles, how would you summarize Hollow Knight for Alex? Because he plays more Metroid than I do.
I do.
Teeth people are scary.
Teeth people are scary?
There you go.
There you go. Play the game.
I had to click on it.
It's really good, and there's some boogity weirdness, and also teeth people are scary. They don't speak so good.
I don't know. Miles, what have you been playing?
A lot of PlayerUnknown Battleground. I'm trying to get all of the endings in Valhalla. I can't
Oh,
use my
did that just get a
PlayStation
soundtrack
anymore
release?
because it's in the living room. Actually, here, let me just go through my Steam library.
Okay,
shit.
while he's doing that, Chris, what have you played since last week when we talked?
More Fortnite.
Okay. There you go.
Oh, and I've been trying to get Swole at Skullgirls, but I'm doing very badly.
Skullgirls?
It's a 2D fighting game.
Yeah, fighting game, bro.
I thought that was just one of those bad Miles jokes.
No, it's a very good video game.
Cool. Well, welcome to the What the D-Pad. Today is August 2nd, 2017. We tried recording once last week, and I totally botched it. And then this week I almost botched it, but I saved it in the end.
Hooray!
Yay! There was much rejoicing.
Collecting sticky bite stuff.
Congratulations on not fucking up.
You're welcome.
1 for 2 is 50%. That's a passing grade.
So,
Well, that's an F.
so basically, I plan on having this podcast be a. Is that a gigantic unicorn behind you?
I was gonna ask.
Yeah, that's Sparkle Butt. Don't ask questions.
Where are you?
That's back when
Wouldn't you like to know where I
TF2
am?
didn't hate you for playing it.
I'm really asking. Where are you?
He's in his room.
Somewhere.
It looks completely
Don't worry about
different.
it. That's the answer.
You don't notice all the ranger paraphernalia just everywhere?
That's the thing. It seems so out of place.
Yeah, where like
He's in Boston.
that's your room. It looks different to me.
That's like the New York's Boston.
Not really.
I think he repainted
Not
it.
even close.
In the 1 week that we were gone.
Evan's
No,
from Boston.
recently. Anyway, so What the D-Pad is supposed to be a podcast where we just kind of go through the news of the week in video games and then, talk about how bullshit it all is in the first place.
Oh fuck! Is that what we're doing?
You're bullshit.
Kinda. Is this acceptable?
Uh-oh.
Is that acceptable for you?
I mean, one way to find out.
Okay. Well, there was a new Dragon Quest game that came out.
Thank you, Dylan.
You're welcome.
For what? Did you send him a Snapchat?
I sent him a video.
A video. So, because of a new Dragon Quest game release... Stop laughing at me!
Sorry, continue.
It seems as though the PS4 is selling gangbusters in Japan compared to the Nintendo Switch, which is kind of... I don't know. Does that make sense to you?
Yes. Also, video game sales kind of show off how bullshit the games market is right now. Consider the fact that the PS4 has sold, like, what are they at, 30 million copies, and yet 5 million games sold is like a blockbuster hit, which basically means that fucking 35 million people are just using their PS4 as a goddamn Blu-ray player.
Pretty much, but I was thinking in regards to Japan, because you and I have talked. Other people have talked too about how they mostly go for portable gaming. That's why the Xbox is of literally no interest to them at all.
Well, yeah, that and it's garbage. But no, mostly it's the fact that Japan is almost single-handedly keeping the Vita alive just by putting all the weird shit on there.
And then we occasionally get the ports.
I mean, look, like, hi holy hell, look at all of the stuff coming out on the Vita lately. It has been nothing but weird smut games.
That's
and
that
I mean,
one
like,
creature
good
from
on you, man. You
Supernatural.
found a place for it, but like,
Oh, the one on the platform?
Yeah.
Sex
Yeah.
sells.
Is that like
no,
matter
it
what
was
the
like
deal.
Zoomer.
yeah.
bizarre,
Yeah.
innocent sex cells, which is kind of like Japan's thing, I guess.
They've just reached a point where the normal stuff doesn't do it. They got to go above and beyond. What's out
Oh, man. No, that's where the Japanese PC scene kicks in. That's where all the really weird stuff is.
Huh?
We're talking about Japan
Don't worry
people
about it.
playing sexy games.
I love boobs.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty. Where's the water around here?
Okay, I got a little more
This
Nintendo
way.
stuff going on. What?
Wait, wait, wait.
Oh.
Can I go in here?
Do you give me a water?
Yes, I do.
That's what?
I was drinking it. Yes.
There's one in my room. Take it.
No, you go get it.
Killing it.
I have news to read.
I'm literally trapped.
Alright. So yeah, news. Hit me.
I'll take over the
Early
conversation.
reception on Mario plus Rabbids is somehow positive.
I'll take over this.
Somehow
I'll take over this
it's
article if you don't
XCOM.
give me
How
one.
could it fail?
I was gonna say XCOM's a great game, and just having Mario skins on it just makes it better in my opinion.
Yes, but it's a Ubisoft game, so I was expecting it to be trash.
So?
It's not Assassin's
I mean-
Creed.
What? No, Ubisoft has made plenty of good stuff. They just can't make sequels.
This
That's
is-
a good point.
But I also wonder if it
Yeah,
has anything to do with, in tandem, I found a particular post about a developer discussing the engine that they were running for the Nintendo Switch, and Ubisoft has worked with all the platforms ever, and this guy specifically mentions that this engine runs superbly easy on the Nintendo Switch. So I guess we just got further evidence that it is a very versatile piece of hardware.
The Switch just kind of runs light. That's what's so cool about it. Is that... I mean, first of all,
Just casual.
the overclock mode I'm still curious about. Because they have said that when it's put in the dock, it boosts the clock speed by like, what was it, like 30% or something nuts like that?
Yeah.
But a lot of the games seem to be running almost better without it. Like Zelda, the performance is better when it's still in handheld mode.
I mean, that makes sense. It's upscaling. Hold on, I'll be right back. Dylan, you look at the thing that Nintendo said about the Super Nintendo.
Does it
I can't wait for Wargroove, by the way. I
The
think
mini
that's
one?
going to be really neat.
The Forbes article, you better not have the ad blocker on. Because they're like, excuse me.
Why in God's name are we linking to a Forbes article?
Because that's what's here, man.
Fake news.
Big,
Oh, no.
big
Yeah, fake
Forbes
news.
news. Oh,
Oh, we got a 503. Never mind then.
Jesus Christ. Forbes getting into the video game scene is like, all right, Grandpa, good hustle.
It's
They've
just
been in it for a while. I'm
it's
pretty
just
sure.
numbers. That's all.
Yeah, but like, I can't wait to see their articles. Man, Sony, Sega is really catching up to Nintendo.
Yeah, they just
Can't wait for that Sega Neptune, am I right?
They gotta get all
whatever.
the young kids, all those young whippersnappers who play the Game Boys.
Many Game Boys.
Atari's making a new console.
Are they though?
Yeah, the Atari box. It's
I
gonna
thought-
play like every Atari game ever conceived, and new stuff.
I thought that was confirmed to be not anything real. Like it was literally just like a box of something that they. Oh,
It's real.
you know what I'm actually thinking of? It was the Sega one, and somebody had like an early play test of it, and it's an absolute disaster and runs some games the worst they've ever been.
What, the Neptune?
whatever the Sega classic thing is supposed to be.
Oh, Sega. Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah. Anyway.
So all you would need is Sonic 1 and 2, right? On that.
No. They got
They
got some other
like,
stuff.
Real talk. The Genesis
Echo
had
the
some
Dolphin.
great games, especially even the Dreamcast. You got.
Yeah.
There's that game with the dolphin on you.
For real though. Jet Set Radio. You had.
Crazy Taxi?
I mean, you can say it's Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 were like, oh man, look at them graphics. But, Daytona Speedway was good. I'm really struggling here. Somebody shut me up.
Altered Beast.
Altered Beast, I guess.
That was mostly a
Panzer
joke.
Dragon. That was some shit.
Oh yeah, that one's cool.
Orta was really good, but like the US kind of butchered it a bit, like they do.
Anyway, what I originally got on that topic for was last week they put up the pre-orders pages for the Super NES Classic, and
By accident.
you accidentally pre-ordered this one as well.
No. It was Walmart accidentally put up pre-orders. They have taken it down, saying like, whoops. And then Nintendo has come out and reclarified, saying the pre-orders will be out by the end of August, saying that there is considerably more than there was for the Nintendo Mini. So I don't know what that means, but I want it. I mean, what's the current asking? They're saying the current asking price is like 60.
70 or no? Yes, yeah, it's gonna be 70 because it's gonna come with 2 controllers.
I mean, even that, you're getting a console, 2 controllers, a unreleased game that I have never before played at all because Nintendo never released it. So how could I? And I don't know, it's a neat package. I like the idea of Nintendo getting big into the virtual console.
Yeah, well, they were going strong there for a little while, and they really dropped the ball.
What, on the virtual console?
Yeah, with the Wii U and stuff not carrying over easily.
Switch has got some neat stuff. I gotta say, I like
the best virtual console.
Oh God, yeah. No, like hands down. I do like the amount that the Switch is holding up to, like, basically every. The Switch's catalog is 95% indie games at the moment, and I am perfectly okay with that.
Yeah, no, I think that there's definitely validity to the theory that they're going to try to push out these classic versions of at least their first 3 consoles, and then put the put them in bundles onto the Virtual Console store.
Oh, get Axiom Verge.
I already have it. I think I have 2 versions of it.
I
Coming
tried
out on
to
the
play
Switch.
through that game and I got lost and I can't do anything else.
That
Right.
game is really good, and the day that he released it, the guy's dog died.
Oh yeah. He just published another game, I think, didn't he? I got an email about it. Anyway, I'll look into that one later. Moving on, Chris and I talked about this a little bit last week, but that recording got botched anyway, and the news on it has changed. Chris, remember that thing we were talking about with PUBG?
Yep.
So now PlayerUnknown's Battleground is number 3rd in the ranking
Number
of
3.
peak players of all time, and it's A, an early access indie game, and B is only 3rd compared to Dota 2, which is in the 1.3 million range, and Counter-Strike
CS:GO.
Go. Yeah.
Oh no, Dota.
That's what I said. I said Dota. What? Dota 1 isn't on the list, I think.
Well, right, Dota 1 is a mod.
Yeah, right. That's why it's not on the list.
So when is PUBG going to get its own Major League Game League with its own championship?
It's already happening.
Really?
Yep. They are currently. PlayerUnknown is in South Korea right now, and there is a mass esport going on for PlayerUnknown. I think it's in its semi-finals at this point. But it's kind of coinciding with the South Korean launch of StarCraft Remastered, which got a huge launch party.
They love their StarCraft.
Goddamn right.
But do you think there's going to be any fatigue with PUBG being the only map and kind of just...
They are working on a desert map, and I mean, it's probably safe to say that I've played the most out of it out of anybody here. I've
Easily.
I've never gotten bored.
Really?
Honestly, I could be wrong. I've put in, let's see what Steam says here. I've put in 49 hours.
Is that...
Lord.
Well, I guess it's because unlike like regular FPSs and third-person shooters, the map, it's the same map, but I guess different instances happen in different places. It's not like a COD map or a Halo map.
True, it's big enough to still be varied, and
Yeah.
there's different circumstances. I mean, it also depends if you're going single, dual player, or squads of 4.
So I
Like
remember playing...
squads of 4. Sorry?
No, you go. You're playing Squads of 4?
Oh yeah, no, squads of 4 is like a shit show.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love the people I play with to death, but holy shit, do you need to coordinate your team?
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's
Exactly.
real.
I remember like playing DayZ when it was still Modern Armor 2, and it was just, it was just having the randomness of the world being the most fun thing. You're collecting guns, you're walking across the field, all of a sudden you're getting sniped at, and
Yep.
you don't really get that experience in any other game. I remember it was like we were playing it right around the time Walking Dead was big, and it was just it was a fun experience kind of with the zombies, and now zombies are kind of old. I'm surprised they're having a zombie mode into PlayerUnknown. So I feel like that, I don't know, I feel like zombies...
It's a bit played out, but
Yeah.
I can see why they do it.
Well, I like the way they're doing it, kind of like where it's like everyone versus like a couple people or whatever. It's like a slowly upward getting bigger. That seems kind of exciting, better than just a map getting smaller and smaller and smaller. At least there's something to do. You get shot in the first 5 seconds.
I think PlayerUnknown Battleground is the newest version of the Arma curse, which is PlayerUnknown Battleground is technically a mod for the game called Arma.
Yeah.
And Arma itself is crazy in depth, but like super jank to the point where all the stuff that they make out of it is great, but the game itself is just so kind of uniquely busted that unless you're a hardcore military sim, it's really hard to get into.
Yeah.
But yeah, same with DayZ. DayZ is an Arma mod.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, it's Armor 2.
I never even played it. I didn't know that.
Yeah. It came out with standalone, but yeah,
Yeah.
it's Armor 2 mod.
Yeah, Arma suffers from the always a bridesmaid, never a bride problem.
But I mean, it's like look at what Bethesda does with this game. They know they know the modding scene is what makes their games last. Like look how long Skyrim's lasted. I'm sure if they didn't have a modding scene, these games wouldn't last as long. Maybe they put more effort into fixing the glitches and bugs in the game, even though some of them are comical, like the giant when he hits you and you go flying into space.
Yeah.
But I think they know that their player base is going to fix maybe bugs in their game that they don't have time to fix.
Well, true, but that is kind of a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
So there's a unique situation going on right now with the PC version of Nier Automata, which is the PC version is so far the best version of the game. It's the best resolution, best performance, but the port is terrible. But the thing is that they haven't, we're 4 months after the game's launch, and they haven't patched it. They've patched in DLC, because of course they would, but they haven't officially patched the damn game. But the rub is, modders have made it considerably better, playable even. Same with PlayerUnknown Battleground, but
So
they are
it's like Dark Souls.
So there's the unique
Yeah,
scenario.
it's just like the ports of Dark Souls.
Well,
Just
right,
the first,
because
the
it's
first game was shitty, the
PC.
other ones are fine.
Do you think that the developers get a pass by saying, we don't have to quality control this, fuck it, the users will do it for us? Do
think
you
it
get
comes
a
down-
pass for that?
I think it comes down just because PC for most part is a smaller player base.
I know with Dark Souls, there are
Consoles.
mods that have to fix the game
And
within 4 hours of the game.
a lot.
release.
I mean,
Yeah,
compared
there
to
you go.
So at that point,
PS4,
they're
like
why do we
Xbox,
bother? We don't know.
it's
True.
easy to develop for those because there's so many wide range of
Fuck.
PCs going low end, high end. It's hard to optimize for all that.
Exactly.
I think they they released the game because, you know, for the most part, the average person probably isn't going to hear about, when whatever the Batman Arkham game came out, it was horrible.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah,
It's like, you know,
Arkham
it's like,
Knight was...
they
It's
had
still
to-
unplayable.
They had to roll the game, but I remember hearing about it for a week and no one cared. But, you know, I'm sure it sold great on consoles that they didn't even really care. Cause, I mean, why
Warner
developers,
Brothers
you know,
still hasn't fixed it. It's still unplayable on PC.
but no one's talking about it because everyone moves on. I'm sure if it wasn't working on a console, it'd be fixed very quickly. And, you know, just...
Well, and I think that's the whole thing that one of you guys was saying. It's like, if you don't have enough of a player base, why would they invest the time in fixing those bugs? Like, the worst possible case scenario, you think of something like a Wii U port of a game like... the one that always stuck out to me was Batman Arkham Origins, which is a wholly mediocre game, but that version was not only barely playable in any respect, they would not fix it, and there were people that paid for a season pass on it, and they said, sorry guys, we're not going to do that. We're just not going to release it.
There are other sides of it, though. Apparently, the Wii U port of Deus Ex Human Revolution... Deus Ex Human Revolution was the best version.
Yeah, it's like the definitive
I find
version.
that hard to believe, but hey, fuck it, sure.
Yeah, it depends on the game, but that was a game that was already a year and a half old at that point, so it makes the most sense. Because that's right, the PC version was already out, so why would they have adjusted the PC version after the release
They still adjusted the PC version. They came out with a director's cut, which actually made the PC version worse, but it fixed a bunch of shit that people were complaining about.
Yeah, so... Yeah, man.
The new one...
Mankind Divided?
Mankind Divided. That's a whole beast of a different color. Long story short, they kind of screwed the pooch on it, and a lot of it was the PC version's fault.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, Chris, you were saying, it's like there's so many different variables with different PCs in the market.
Minded first PC. If a PC game does get released, it's usually active.
No shit.
Big developers.
Out of all of the game companies in the market right now, Sega is the only one who actually gives PC a fair shake. They have developed more games first party for PC than any other company so far. Aside from, like, EA, if you count the 90s.
Which,
But I really don't see
no.
a lot of companies moving to PC. I feel like, it's...
It's niche, don't get me wrong. It's even now, it is still niche. But it is the unique side of being the best way to play the majority of games.
Also...
That's not a PC elitist fart sniffing stance. That's like... That's real. Fucking keyboard and mouse, man. Get good.
But also, I think that for a lot of developers, like the guys who make something like Hollow Knight, PC is the platform that's proving ground because it's the most accessible, it's the simplest for them to design for in terms of optimizing for the platform that it's supposed to be on. It's got the least amount of licensing and, QA problems.
But
And
also,
licensing is the biggest.
Do they
Right.
even need age ratings?
So that's it, again. It really
Yes.
is a double-edged sword. The PC versions are the easiest to kind of do QA testing for because you can send out patches immediately, and there's just a bunch of fixes that you can implement right off the bat. The problem with it is that because there are so many different configurations, you see a bunch of stuff getting fucked up. That's why these little kind of light engines, Unity, Unreal 4 to some extent, work so well on PC, just because they require very, very little actual muscle from the computer's end. It's just they're very well optimized engines. Not to mention, as far as I know, no consoles support OpenGL yet.
Which is?
OpenGL. So DirectX is a background loader for games. So
Okay.
It's basically kind of like background game language, game code.
Okay.
And that's all Microsoft. DirectX is all done through Microsoft. And it's good, but it's needlessly resource intensive. And it's proprietary. OpenGL is completely open source, and anybody can change it. Anybody, if they like the changes, then they become official. It's
Gotcha.
free to use, and it's really resource light. So it's kind of the preferred way of doing it. It's still kind of in its infancy now, even though it's been around for a while. But yeah, it's kind of the wave of the future.
Swedish swang.
Blah blah blah. Nerd talk. Continue.
Blah blah blah. Nerd talk. Not to keep going on Nintendo stuff, but did you hear
I'm playing
about?
Splatoon right now?
Oh, good. Actually, I have to go over Travis's review of that as soon as we're wrapped up here. So, Resident Evil Revelations is getting remasters this year.
The Dreamcast had the best. Sorry, not the Dreamcast. The Genesis had the best version of Resident Evil 1. Continue.
Oh, okay. But basically, there's ports of Resident Evil Revelations coming to PS4 and Xbox One at the end of this month, and that's kind of like a normal thing. But we will also be getting.
Revelations 1 and 2 are coming to Switch.
They are now. That's the new news. Is that they're both of them are being ported to the Switch at the end of the year. So, in a similar regard to how we were talking about, like,
boy, is that first game nothing.
well, wasn't it on the 3DS?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's like, it's weird because it's like it started on Nintendo, got ported to everything else, is being remastered, and the last thing it ends up on is a Nintendo console again.
Yeah.
But 2 is surprisingly deep.
Yeah, no, they're good games. It's just the story of the first one is fucking. Why is my fire alarm going off? The story for the first one is like fan fiction almost. Hang on, I gotta put a fire out.
Did they actually burn your kitchen again?
No, but the fire alarm is going off and they're all swearing. Hang on.
Of course they are.
I have to put on pants and everything. Jesus Christ, what a terrible day.
He tries to scare his roommates out.
No, they actually let's. Oh, okay, never mind. It put itself out.
Yeah, the battery just
Anyway.
died because it's gone off too many times. Anyway, I was thinking about this in regards to a similar thing that we were just talking about with the developers kind of
No.
lacking in care for a certain port over time, namely like the issue with Nier not being fixed on PC. It's like, at what point do you care? But I'm thinking from the consumer angle, if you have a game that is something like a re-release, and somebody's like, all right, I'm going to pick up the remaster of Resident Evil Revelations, and it doesn't come out on one console at the same time as the other 2 consoles, what makes somebody who wants that want to wait just so they can play it on the go?
What's the name of the game?
Resident Evil Revelations?
You mean Revelations?
Is that what it's called?
The initial first launch of the game, they fucked up the name on the side of the box, and if you read the spine of the 3DS version, it literally says Resident Evil Revelations.
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 Oh god.
Okay, so that's now the permanent title of this game. Good trivia.
Is Resident Evil Revelations.
Thank you for that. My point is, if somebody wants to
tons of
pick,
it.
if somebody wants to pick up those
Capcom's
remasters, what's going to stop them from just getting it on the other ones and just saying, "Well, I'm not going to wait for a Switch version"?
Well, right, because that's the non-PC problem of, oh, I want to play this game I like, I have to wait for it to come out to my new console. Because, like, how likely would you be to plug in your 360 to play a game right now?
It's plugged in, and I just don't feel obligated to turn it on to play a game like that.
They bank on that. That's another reason why the PC's got such issues, is you can't resell a game on PC.
No,
If you
it's
play
impossible.
a game on PC, you can still get it to work. It might take some effort, but you can get a game up and running again. You really can't do this remaster bullshit.
Skyrim came out with a remaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow
So
they
that-
convince people
that's the
to
thing.
actually buy into that.
No, there are good ways. There are good and bad ways of doing it. The BioShock remasters were completely free on PC if you owned the original versions. You now own BioShock Original and BioShock Remastered.
But as a result, did the
Or,
PC
if you're
version of the
dipshit,
remaster
like
have the
fucking,
DMCA lock?
Sorry, what?
Did the PC version of the remaster have the DMCA lock like Xbox
Oh no,
One?
the remaster was hot ass, but like that was a
Okay.
whole separate issue. It
Well-
was nice of them to at least try.
Yeah.
Or if you're a douchebag like Randy Pitchford and re-release a game that's on PC already, make absolutely no effort to... Because the big selling point is, it's in 1080p. The PC version was already in 1080p. Woo! So the only reason to buy it again is to make games for Windows Live not a thing, because they never bothered to patch it out, the dipshits. They charge full price for buying Bulletstorm again. Even if you own the original, they will charge you full price to buy it again and actually be able to play it this time.
In other news, Friday the 13th, the game is getting a physical copy release
What?
in the middle of October.
So is Night Trap, by the way. I'm very excited about.
Pitch me on Night Trap.
Night Trap is a Sega CD game, which was a full FMV game.
Oh,
in
that
which you
one!
play
I
a
saw the
security
trailer for
system
that.
Manager, keeping a house full of horny girls who keep trying to have sexy pillow fights. You have to distract them from the murderer in the house so that they can go on having sexy pillow fights and not getting murdered. So you have to act... It's basically the 1990s prequel to Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, I actually saw the trailer for that remaster as soon as you described it, and I was like,
Yep.
I thought it was an Adult Swim special. It was very weird.
Nope. The most amazing thing about it coming back is not only have they HD'd the shit out of it, you can actually see what's going on, they brought the song back, which is arguably the most notable part of the game. Yeah, don't get me wrong, the game itself is terrible, but like...
It's a
holy
piece
shit,
of history, dude.
It's some weird history.
Yeah.
I love that it exists. I love that we're in a time where this shit can come back.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I
sure
mean,
my first exposure to that was on G4.
Probably. It's
For-
one of those games you don't think about existing. It's like, okay. Why? What? Who thought this was a good idea?
why did I link this game? Alright, I guess I was vaguely intrigued by a game called Matterfall coming out on PS4.
Matterfall?
Yeah, it's kind of a, Miles, you remember the top-down version, top-down segments of Fury?
Yes.
As in, like, quote-unquote bullet hell.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like that, but structured like a Mega Man game. And
So it's a bullet hell.
yeah, it's, well, right. It's aren't bullet hells usually, like, top-down or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, so
or
it's a side,
horizontal or vertical.
Okay, so it's a side-scroller bullet hell. That's all. It just looks really cool.
Yeah.
It's coming out on PS4.
Yeah.
It's like Shadow Complex.
It looked like
Nah,
Shadow
that's a
Complex.
Metroidvania,
Yeah.
written by a fascist.
Well, it's because it's from Epic Games, isn't it?
What? No, it was written by Orson Scott Card, the dude who has openly declared war on the United States. Because
Wait,
we continue
Shadow
to let
Complex
gays be a
was?
thing. Huh?
Shadow Complex was written by him?
Yes, because it's part of the continuing Empire saga, which is one of
Of
his
Ender's
books.
Game?
Well, the guy who wrote Ender's Game. But
Okay, so it's not
specifically
canonical.
a prequel to the book Empire that he wrote.
Okay.
But yes, he wrote the game, or he wrote the script story for it.
Today you learn.
That's why the game is really good. But yeah, just keep in mind that every time you buy it, somewhere out there, a man is sitting around in a boat cursing the gays.
Somewhere. Probably one of the most interesting things that I found over the past week, and yet I wrote the least notes on somehow. We have a new character in Overwatch that came out recently.
Doomfist.
Doomfist, and he's playable now. Is he free?
Yeah. Yeah, he's free.
He
He's not
is
great,
entirely
but he's
free. It doesn't matter if he's not great. We have a new playable character more than a year after a game has been released, and we don't have to pay to play as him.
Well, didn't he get Ana too? Or who's the sniper? The medic sniper?
That's Ana.
Yeah, wasn't she free as well?
Yep.
Yeah.
So Ana was free. The girl, shit.
The hacker. What's her name?
The hacker. Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. Skins make money. Why sell DLC when you have a giant player base who will put $1 here, $1 there for skins?
Build them for skins. Well, that's kind of the thing to do. That's supposedly what the new.
Which is great for me because I only care about the gameplay and literally none about the cosmetics.
Well,
Right.
right.
It's addictive.
They found out that charging a season pass is kind of self-detrimental. What you should be doing is exactly the same thing. It's you charge for skins and then keep all of the actual game content free. Because what happens is that if you buy a game a couple months into the game cycle and you have to also buy all of this DLC, which doesn't go on sale, then what the fuck? But if you buy, say, Titanfall 2, now, there's still a player base, and because the DLC is free, you already own all of it, so you can just get right into it. It's a really neat idea, and I like the fact that a lot of games are doing this.
I gotta go back to
Fortunately.
Titanfall a little bit.
What?
I gotta go back to Titanfall 2 a little bit.
I want to go back.
It's a good game. They've added a fuck ton of maps. I think
I
they even added a couple mechs.
I literally haven't played it since December, and I had so much fun with it for that brief period of time.
That's unfortunately kind of everyone's reaction to it. The player base now is like, there's some dedicated fucking weirdos, but like, the scene's kind of dead, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, it's whatever.
I want to go back to Battlefield 1. That's the new map coming out. It's like a snow map in Russia, and it's going to have, like, I don't know if you played the game, but, like, the dreadnoughts, it's usually one per map. Now both sides can have one at either point.
Is that on all maps, or is that just for the new stuff?
It's for this, I forget the name of the map, but I saw a gameplay of it. So if you're playing, like whatever the whole deal, the map, game mode, so if like, the Germans are losing, they'll get an airship dreadnought. If the Russians are losing, they're going to get a ship dreadnought. So it's kind of like, usually only one side, like, it's kind of like, mixing things up. I don't know. Battlefield 1 was just such a change for FPSs for me. I had so much fun playing it. And I'm kind of excited to see it.
It was good. I am terrible at Battlefield, and that has never changed. But I did have a lot of fun.
That's the one FPS I'm good at for some reason. I don't know if it's because there's just enough room for me to, like, kind of walk around and be tactical instead of just kind of sprinting around a map and knowing, like, who's going to be around this corner, where this one's on this map.
The best way to break the game is literally just two-man teams. You and a buddy, somebody drives the land ship, and somebody pilots all of the turrets. You are unstoppable.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
The land ship was so broken.
Oh yeah, if you get a squad of 4 people in a tank, you will win every game.
Yep.
But it just, I don't know. I've always loved World War II shooters. Like I'm kind of excited for the new Call of Duty, even though I know it's probably gonna be the same Call of Duty. I just love those historic shooters. That's all I played. That's all I played as a kid. New, like, futuristic ones, even like Titanfall, I like it, it's fun, but I'm just like, I kind of wish I could go back to, like, just running around a map with an M1 Garand.
True.
Killing the Nazis.
I would recommend picking up Red Orchestra 2.
Oh yeah, I played Red Orchestra. It's great.
Yeah.
And there was another game, like Heroes in General, I don't know, there was like kind of like a Battlefield type game, but I remember it was on PC, it was free, it was like a World War II shooter, it was fun. Even like World of Tanks, anything World War II really. I don't know.
There's a Wolfenstein game that I'm spacing on now. It was free and it was really good.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited that there's a trend back to historic shooters. See, we're getting so far in the future, everything was looking like, Master Chief running around with a different gun, shooting a different alien. I was kind of getting bored of that.
True.
Although I love Halo.
I mean, unfortunately, there's really only 3 places the wars can take place, which is the past, the future, and the present. And the present's kind of depressing, so... Yeah. And not to mention, the past wars are only good gameplay-wise up to maybe 90 years ago. Because, like,
no one remembers History
outside
Channel
of
presents...
chivalry...
I remember History Channel came out with a game for the Civil War. on the Xbox 360. Yeah.
And was it playable?
It was probably rough.
You know what? It was a game. I'll leave it at that. But I mean, I had fun playing Chivalry. You know,
Dude,
running
Chivalry's
Yeah.
awesome. Like, even still, it's like it's a good
Yeah.
time. Get a couple buddies. Mountain Blade, same shit.
Oh yeah. No.
Yeah, so the only news I have left at all, and it's completely useless, but I wanted to feel old for a brief moment. Nintendo and I guess whatever production house it is now finds that Pokemon's old enough that they could just kind of do like a prequel or a reboot. So they're doing that now.
Oh, yeah. And they're ditching Misty and Brock.
Wait, what do you mean again? Have they done it before?
Yeah, with Fire Red. And
Yeah, Pokemon Origins.
No. I mean like in the animation.
Oh.
Yeah.
They never
Pokemon
did like a
Origins.
full-on reboot, right?
What did they add?
No, it's
Episode,
a
like, 12
it's a prequel movie.
Right, which you can easily just watch what that is in like less than an hour on Netflix in the Indigo League.
But they're removing Misty and Brock.
I would say that's bullshit. The Indigo League is the most perfect series ever.
But no, in the new show, or the new movie of the Indigo League does not have Misty and Brock. It has some kids.
Some kids.
Some
Yeah.
kids.
Wait, with them
It's not
removing
Misty
Misty and
and
Brock,
Brock, to
not
be fair.
the news
Yeah.
story?
The what?
Was them removing Misty and Brock the news story?
Pretty much just that, and it has theater dates. And I didn't know that they were making it, and I was incredibly confused as to why they would think that they need to do that.
Breaking news from today, they announced 2 new goddamn dancing Persona games.
What?
And Persona Q2. Which, I mean, sure.
Cool. Maybe we'll play Persona 5 on the next one.
I haven't played Persona.
Do it.
I want to kind of
Play Persona.
I want to get used to
is
it a little
weeaboo
bit first,
garbage.
but
But, like, if you're into that shit, man, that's your fix.
nice.
I'm just stuck playing Fortnite right now. Just
Yeah.
grinding for stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so, like, real talk, Persona 5 is... The Persona games are a very nice way of saying, I want to play visual novels and be, like, a weeaboo weirdo, but I don't want to be the full weeaboo weirdo. I don't want to give into it just yet. So, like, it's a nice half measure.
He says that as though it's inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, it's a gateway drug, don't get me wrong. But, like, it's a really good game also.
Yeah, as long as it's a really good game and it's remains engaging because it's a JRPG and there's only so much of that I could take. Like I couldn't even get all the way through Ni no Kuni.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I'm JRPGs just don't really hold my interest for some reason.
Well, so that's the thing. The Persona is a JRPG alongside a dungeon crawler and also a dating sim and a personal management system.
See, that sounds
so, like,
pretty
you
varied.
gotta juggle a life.
That's the problem, though. It's like I don't want to play video games to get out of life. I don't want to have to deal with all that stuff.
No. But like, it's
My
like
fiance's
it's
dad.
like having a real life, but with a bunch of fucking weirdo friends that you enjoy hanging out with, instead of the unfortunate ones that you're forced to keep because of social obligations.
My girlfriend's dad tried GTA and he doesn't like it because he says he already has a job. Why would he go home to play another job?
That's how I felt about
that's
Animal
kind of my
Crossing.
feeling
after a
on
while.
fucking Splatoon at the moment.
Oh,
Damn it,
does
Sam.
Splatoon feel like a job?
The part of Splatoon that is literally just a job does.
Okay, all right, good.
It's,
I'll take your Switch. I mean, I can't see.
Oh no! I love it. Don't get me
No,
wrong.
I'll take it. I'll just
You can buy it at Walmart.
they're hard to find down here.
Oh yeah. New
Yeah,
York.
they're very hard to get in New York, apparently.
Yeah, when you're like
Switches?
20 minutes
Yeah.
from the city, and there's like billions of people everywhere. It's hard to find stuff.
Go to New Jersey.
I don't want to go to New Jersey.
Jersey.
Yeah, it smells there.
Hey man, chicks dig giant robots.
I missed that show. Cool. Well, on the note of
Make it a
Splatoon,
game.
go to theyoungfolks.com to find our upcoming review fully of Splatoon 2 and probably some grievances about the Nintendo application.
Splatoon 2 is good, and you guys won't let me write about it. Attica! Attica!
You can write about it if you want.
Yeah.
Everyone download Slime Rancher for Games with Gold. It's great.
Yeah!
And also download... Yeah, I don't care.
Good hustle.
Slime Rancher is a great game.
Slime Rancher is a good game, and I don't understand how to play.
Cool.
Build your
Well,
farms, you farm your farms.
thanks for joining me on this adventure, guys. And I hope to continue doing more, streams like this with gameplay, without gameplay. Talking about
Okay.
cool game shit every week.
Two
I'm
quick
lost.
things. Go play Valhalla, and apparently Sundered sucks.
Yeah, apparently Sunder does suck. I watched Super Bunny Hop's review that the morning the embargo lifted, and I was like, he's right.
Again, they might be able to fix it in patches, but, like, don't hold your breath.
Did you watch the same thing I did?
I did, yes.
Okay,
Largely
yeah,
because
so
I
we
think that
both
was the
know
one that said
exactly the
that
same reasons. From playing the alpha, I knew exactly what he was getting at in every aspect.
Yeah.
So, cool.
Kind of a bummer. But
All
what
right.
can you do?
Neat.
Life sucks and then you die.
Talk to everybody later.